Mr. Tyson, what do you think of that?
I'm good with that.
You think you won the fight?
Yeah, but I'm good with a draw.
Why?
Because I entertained the crowd. The crowd was happy with it.
We'll be back to you in a second. You happy with this draw?
Hell no, I ain't never satisfied with a draw. I wear draws. I don't do draws. I like it. But the dude is so strong, man. And I understand why they say some things are bucket list. Because when he hits you, if it's his head, his punches, his body shots, don't matter. Everything hurts. So for me, I thought I did enough boxing on the outside to edge it out, but, you know, I'm cool with a draw. I mean, we just might have to try to do it again. But I don't know.
You looked exhausted for a little while. Did the body shots take a toll?
The body shots definitely took a toll. The body shots are what make you exhausted. Any good fighter knows that. And I knew it too. I thought I had a 6-pack that was all right, but I guess I'm going to give me a 12-pack. Because this 6 ain't getting it.
You took it. It came back like nothing. You took it. You took it. I knew I hit you with a good shot. You took it. You took it. Hey, I respect that. I respect that.
Mike, at age 54, you haven't been in the ring for 15 years. How would you assess your performance, your stamina, and overall how you performed?
Well, I'm used to doing it for 3 minutes. And sometimes that 2 minutes felt like 3 minutes. And I'm just happy I got this under my belt, and I'm continuing to go further and do more.
You'll do this again?
Absolutely. He's going to be on the card as well.
Well, let me ask you about your performance. What was it like for you to be in the ring as compared to what it was when you left as a professional?
I was very happy to be here, and despite
your performance-wise.
Yeah, despite what anybody said, I was so happy to go to 8 rounds. But everybody knows I can knock somebody out, but everybody don't know I can go to 8 rounds and 10 rounds, and that's what I'm more grateful for now than anything. And no knockers. Knockers don't mean nothing. You got to be able to go the distance. That's fighting.
Everybody has a plan until they get hit. Yeah. You got hit, and how did it affect you?
I went to plan B. I hit him back.
Roy, you want to continue this now at age 51, or did you get dissatisfied at this point?
Man, it's hard to say. My Pensacola fans love me.
No, we got to do this shit again. We got to do this again.
Everybody loves Mike. I love Mike too. But, you know, it's something to take them punches in there from Mike. So, you know, I go talk to my family, see how they feel about it. If they thought they enjoyed what they saw, then if we want to do it again, we'll come back and do it again. But, you know, me, like I said, Pensacola in the house. I want to thank everybody who helped me out. Big Al, Tom, Wap, Russ, everybody on my team, Jim Foster. I mean, so many people, everybody in Pensacola in the house still. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank the whole world for tuning in, especially my Russian citizens, my Russian people. I was going to say thank to everybody who gave us the homage, sent us out the right way. And if everything goes well, like I said, and the family's cool with it, then
a lot of people were afraid, Roy, you might get hurt tonight. Were you really afraid in the back of your head that something could happen that might have put you in peril?
I was afraid I might get hurt. I didn't fight in 20 years. He only stopped fighting for 3 years. I'm afraid I might get. Why nobody care about my ass?
Well, that's typical, right?
He been fighting 15 years. He stopped fighting 3 years ago, and everybody worrying about his ass.
Nobody thinks that a giant is going to fall.
I haven't did this in 15, 16 years. I'm not a giant. I'm a beginner.
Did he ever hurt you tonight?
Well, listen, he surprised me with the hook. He hit me with a hook, a good hook.
Hurt.
Yes, it did hurt.
And back to the question, were you afraid of being in peril?
Man, once I go in there, it's all balls to the wall, bro. I mean, I feel the shots, and I know they're going to hurt, and I know he could take me out if it's possible if he came with the wrong one. But for me, man, I'm game. I go to the end. When I put these on, it's a wrap. Take me on the stretcher, you know?
Final thought. Would you do this in a non-exhibition circumstance if you could get a license?
No, I'm just going to do this. This is bigger than fighting for, winning the championship. We're humanitarians. We're helping people. That's bigger. I'm into that now. And I'd like to thank Magic Mike, Jet, Ron, all my sparring partners for kicking my ass to get me in shape. I love you guys. Can't wait to get back in the gym with you.
Mike, thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Roy. Congratulations.
Yeah, I want to thank all my sparring partners as well, everybody that contributed. My contribution to Kobe Bryant.
In his building.
Yes, sir. So I had to give a tribute to Kobe because he was my latest greatest. Michael Jordan always be my #1 favorite, but Kobe.
Yo, I really enjoyed that card. Let's listen to Roy for a little bit. I really enjoyed that card.
Did y'all enjoy it? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. He hit harder. Everything hurt. His hands hurt. His head hurts. Everything hurts when I make contact. So it's like, I'm like, wow.
So let's talk for a minute. I personally think that Mike Tyson won. Roy Jones was in survival mode, especially those last 2 rounds. Now, of course, it was 8 2-minute rounds, and Roy Jones looked like he ain't do no road work. But nonetheless, I feel it was listen, I enjoyed it. I haven't had that much fun covering a card in a long time, mostly because it wasn't really nothing at stake. And I do admit, I did want my bloodlust to be quenched. I want it quenched. I wanted Roy Jones to get knocked out. I was like, yes, I know it may sound kind of fucked up. I mean, I'm glad nobody got hurt. Let's just say that. I didn't want nobody to get hurt. But Mike Tyson is talking about doing this shit. He wants to fight every 2 months. And he wants to start like this retired boxers or retired sports star league with Jerry Rice and all them, competing each other in old ass football games and stuff. I mean, hey, I'm down with it. In regards to boxing, I was a little hyped, but after thinking about it, I don't want to see him fight Holyfield. Holyfield ain't gonna look that good in there. I don't want to see it because I don't know, bro. I don't want to see it. The blood is bad. I'm exhausted. I was head cold, so. But I said one thing for sure is I'm gonna cover this card and I'm gonna cover Daniel Dubois. By the way, what's the update on Daniel Dubois? One eye. It just looked like he didn't want to fight no more. He looked defeated. He couldn't get past that jab. That's what it seemed like to me. He couldn't get past the jab.
I'm okay with that, but me being me and knowing me, I ain't gonna be settled with no draw. That's why I say it right away. I'm not the draw type of guy. So, I mean, I talk to my kids. My kids already tell me, no, daddy, that's it. But we'll see, Thank you, my brother.
By the way, I think for Roy Jones, this is a great way to go out, don't you think? To finally be like, all right, I'm done. He made a shitload of money tonight.
Mike, for anybody, if he just keeps going and stay in shape like he's doing now, because it surprised me that he was able to go them 8 rounds like that. And so with him going 8 rounds and strong like he was, he's capable of fighting anybody. Because truthfully, people gonna have a problem getting out of the first couple rounds with it. That was the hardest part, is getting past the first 2 or 3 rounds. So if he catch you, you gonna have a problem. Because like I said, I was feeling everything. So I know that he's a really exceptional puncher still, and he can do anything he wants to do. For him, it makes sense to do it the smart way, but he can do anything he wants to do.
So, do you want to see him fight again? But who does Mike Tyson fight in the exhibition? Motherfucking Chris Bird? Y'all want to see that shit? Somebody was saying on some comments, Klitschko. I think that Klitschko a little too, even Vitaly a little too young for him. Because Vitaly come down with that steel hammer, man. No, wait. Vitaly is Iron Fist, right? Vladimir's Dr. Steel Hammer. He come down with that Iron Fist, But yeah, I think this is a good reason for Roy to be like, all right, I'm done, This was some big shit they fought on. They had the whole boxing world's attention. Casuals alike, everybody. It doesn't seem as though Joe Joyce is a Frank Warren Queensberry fighter. Today was a good, nice day in boxing. By the way, we're not going to be here that long. We're going to have a half an hour show. I'm tired of shit. And then, this week we got some, significant boxing in the return of Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. Because remember the shit show we had yesterday with Danny Jacobs. By the way, I'm going to do that Chavez Jr. video. I'm going to do it. It's just that it was this, and I was under the weather yesterday, and then it was Thanksgiving, man. I was the chief cook. I like Snoop Dogg. Let me tell you something. I rate Triller. I rate the event A plus. Because they seem to get it. As I'm sitting there watching an event, I'm thinking like, this is how you do it. Get with the times. They smoking weed up in that joint. The music. I didn't know who none of them were for the most part. I knew who some of them were. But for the most part, it was like the quality was good. It was like little mini, like a music award show. The ambience, it was like relaxed. You know, didn't it seem like relaxed? Like I would have loved to have been media at that event. You know what? And it pisses me off that you know. But anyway, I'm not gonna. But the thing is, like, it seems as though like, wow, that's a nice working environment. Like, you can really get shit done. You know, and it wasn't a promoter involved or anything. It's crazy. You know, so I really want to know, like, what's their business model, or what is their plan with boxing going forward in the future? Because it looked like this shit worked to me. You know? Yeah, leave Holyfield where he at. But who? Who would it be, though? Who would it be? Like, because Mike Tyson is saying here, let me pull him up real quick. He's saying that he wants to fight multiple times a year in these exhibitions, and that like it's his life, but like he talking like he's really back. Like, listen at this shit here.
Informing them that they deserve this opportunity that they had. Excuse me? At 25 million, I expect they should give them some belts, because these guys make boxing alive. Boxing was pretty much
listen to this
sports. Boxing owe these guys some kind of.
Linux? I don't know.
My ego says so many things, but my reality is they help boxing so much. Boxing owe these guys some kind of. They owe these YouTube boxers some kind of, respect. They should give them some belts, because these guys make boxing alive. Boxing was pretty much a dying sport. UFC was kicking our butt, and now we got these YouTube boxers. Boxing 25 million views. Boxing's going back.
I like Linux.
YouTube boxers.
I'm down with the Linux fight.
I believe the more anyone boxes, the bigger it is for the sport. The boxing took a couple of beatings since the UFC.
Prince Nassim?
Boxing never have too many belts, because every time there's a championship fight, that's more money for the fighter. So there's never enough belts, So just say there's one champion. He got 10 guys.
I don't agree with this dumb shit.
Go to these 10 guys. Plus, they got to fight each other and take each other out. So listen, he's really
Shannon Briggs.
So it's good to have 3 champions, and every time there's a fight, the commission, everybody can get paid their money, their percentage, or whatever they charge, and it's beautiful. Everybody makes money. That's what this business is about, money. It's not about ego. Hey, I don't like him and who he's with, so I'm not going to fight him. If he's your friend, you'll fight. You make each other money. How do you guys be friends and you're both fighters, and one guy's the big star, you're hardly eating, and he say he's your friend? That's what fighters did in the old time. They fight each other and make each other money and help each other. That's what it should be like now. I shouldn't say I'm not gonna fight him because I don't like his promoter.
You got to hear what he says about Holyfield.
Hey, listen, I'm an old ass guy when it comes to that stuff. I don't have no energy for that no more. I'm just with the wife and kids. And that is beautiful. Jake Paul, him and his brother, man, they're a God gift to YouTube boxers. Boxing should just give them a belt.
Oh, I know you won, but I've got to ask Daniel about the ending. What happened, Daniel?
But these guys brought it back. 25 million views. Boxing back to life.
In that 10th round, what happened?
This guy brought it back. 25 million views to see this guy with some gloves on to fight any guy. He fought Nate Robinson tonight, right? Oh God.
Let's talk about poor Nate Robinson. You know something? I am not a fan of Jake Paul. If you hear the shit that he was talking, he's comparing himself to like Mayweather. In fact, I'm gonna let you hear this shit. I'm gonna leave you up, Mike, but I'm gonna let y'all hear this shit in its entirety. Like, it's sickening. I like Logan way better. Like, way better. Like, this guy he's too much. He's too much. Like, I be thinking, like, is he high? Is he like What the fuck is up with him? Yeah, I mean, obviously you've seen this, right? Where he was comparing himself. You know, I'm gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather. I want to fight Conor McGregor and all that shit. It's like, bro. And you know, the fucked up part about it is like his fan base are like young, impressionable kids, like the kids. And they really like, he has a very bad reputation for being like what they call a douchebag. Like, I'm talking about like a bad dude, you know? Like a non, it's just, and then hearing him talk, it's like, all right, bro, you got hands, but it's like, you need to motherfucking chill, like, for real. You on some weirdo shit. Like, you sound on some, like, psychopathic, narcissistic type shit.
So, you know, I'm 23 with a lot of responsibility, a lot of pressure, the whole world watching. So I'm not perfect, you know, I'm going to fuck up. But I learned from those fuck ups, or at least I try to.
You're fighting on the undercard of Mike Tyson. But that also, feel like you moved the needle. Does that help you get your brand a lot bigger?
Yeah, like, I mean, I read Mike Tyson's book before I was on this undercard, before Mike Tyson even knew who I was. And I related so much to it. The problems, the struggles, the fucking people stabbing him in the back. He went through so much shit, charges, everything. It's the same shit I've went through. So for me, Mike Tyson's such a fucking inspiration, and it's such an honor to be on this card. And I feel like I've literally had almost the same exact life as him, you know, in different ways. So I've learned a lot from him. And when we met, I asked him for that advice. I was like, yo, how do you stay focused outside the ring? We had a hard heart.
He's trying to get our ring. Oh, that's it. Mamma mia.
He's singing the hymns.
Like he's trying to get our ring. Oh, that's it. Mamma mia.
The NBA took a big ass L tonight.
I stole the show tonight. They can fuck off. Next question. I thought it was dope, you know. I'm a little upset that they made it a draw, but they gave it their all, and they both looked good. Mike came out swinging. Mike won. Let's give Mike the W. I want to see Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield. Put me on the undercard. I'm biting someone's ear off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would fight him, but it wouldn't be about the money. For me, it's about proving to all the younger brothers out there that you don't have to be in the shadow of your older brother. And I think I would fight him just because I want to prove everyone wrong. I think most people would think that, I mean, maybe not after tonight, but I think most people would think that he would beat me because he's bigger, he looks more ripped.
I don't want to listen to any more of this jack off, to be honest with you. I don't. You know, he just like, you know what, I watched some content of his, some content that people have put out, investigative journalism about him, and this is like, bro, like he a little too much. Like he a little too much. You know, can't do it. But what do you think about this guy right here, though? To be honest with you, I was never high on Daniel Dubois. And we don't know. I mean, that eye was fucked up. Yeah, Snoop was hilarious. By the way, Frank Warren was not happy. Which means to me that maybe Joyce may no longer be a Frank Warren or under Queensberry Promotions. Because he was not happy that he won.
And Joe, yeah, Dan, you can go. Sorry, Martin. Yeah. Go and get your eyes seen to. I appreciate it. Frank, can I pull you in? Is that possible? Yeah. Sorry about that, Frank. I've got to interview him, but I don't like doing it when the kid's got to.
You interview when you win,
and you interview when you lose. So Joe, it was that the jab was just working non-stop. And could you sense that in the very first round that the jab was starting to get to him, starting to hurt him?
Yeah, I started looking at that eye and it was starting to swell up as well, and I felt quite comfortable landing it, and I was moving away from his right hands and trying not to get too close, because if I get close, that's when he's going to let them go. And try not to get backed up on the ropes also, because that's when he lets them go, and I don't want to get hit with any when he lets them go, you know what I mean?
Because they do come across. Frank, it was a brilliant 9 rounds and then a bizarre 30.
I can't stand that Jake Paul, bro.
At what point in the fight did you think that Daniel could lose? Or were you convinced even going into the 10th that he could still win the fight?
The eye was obviously a massive problem. It was coming, you just seen it. You couldn't see out of it. It was what it was. So he was in trouble. Joe, dumb. I said at the beginning of the fight, it's going to be about who gets the jab off. It's a battle of the jabs. Who's ever got the better jab, they're going to control the fight. And you know, it was. I thought it was pretty even, the fight. There was nothing in it. But at the end of the day, couldn't see out the eye, and Joe did what he had to do. He's strong. He's smart, and he come for it.
Now you spoke in private to Daniel there. What did he mention to you? Because it looked to me like he was in terrible pain when he went.
He said he got something on the like, felt like it was a nerve or something. He said it shot for him, and that was what it was.
Yeah, and that's what it looked like. So we've got to throw it forward.
Hate is a strong word. I don't hate him. Just like
in the driving seat,
if you don't know why, they can get the fuck out.
Usyk,
I'm ready for you, Usyk.
A rematch with Alexander Usyk. It's taking time to sink in.
I don't think he's going to get Usyk. You know, Usyk is close to a title shot. You know, he wants to avenge his loss from the amateurs. The WBS is an amateur, right? That's not. Yeah, that's amateur. That's not. It's not pro. And like I said, looking at, you know, Frank Warren, he just was like doing this shit. You can tell he was uncomfortable, you know. Daniel Dubois was his guy. And the Frank Warren stable was like they were really banking on him. And that's a devastating loss for a 23-year-old to bend the knee like that. Like he bent the knee, you know. And it was a couple of rounds left, you know, but as the commentators were talking about, and as I went back and I was skimming through the fight later on, he was looking, you know, flustered in that corner. Like he was looking like, oh shit, like I'm not used to not dominating. Why y'all keep asking me if I would fight Jake Paul? Like, motherfuckers, get out my face. Ew. Make me sick. And yes, I'll fight him if the money's right. And I am the A side. I'm the A side. Shit. I probably make better eggs than him. Hold on, I'm looking for something. Let's see. Yeah, man, Dubois. I just never really seen it. You know, here, let's go check out a clip. I never really seen it. Like in him. He took that knee so gingerly too. It was like, nope, I'm gonna quit right here. Like, this is where I'm going to take the knee. Here, let's slow it down. Playback speed. That jab, though, it was like the smush jab, kind of like what Terrence Crawford hit Kell Brook with. The smush jab. He did not like that at all. He did not like that at all. And, you know, his style is so unconventional. Like Joe Joyce. Look. Caught him. Bend the knee. Look. Pledged his allegiance. That's crazy. Pledged his allegiance. Pledged his allegiance to the crown. He bent the shit out that knee, bro. And it's like, but the good thing is, I mean, if there is a good thing, he's still young. He's 23 years old, to whereas if Joe Joyce was to lose, sheesh. So, you know, they can rebuild. Then hell, he could take a year off, still come back and rebuild. Look at Huey Fury. You know? And maybe he should lose some damn weight. He was looking a little, too husky in there, you know? But yeah, if you don't know, well, of course you know. I don't want to say a real fight to disrespect Tyson versus Jones, but a sanctioned fight, a big fight. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia is next week. PBC on Fox pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is $50. Tyson versus Jones here in the States. Over in the UK, what was it like? 20 quid, some shit like that. 1995 quid, some shit like that. Well, it's a $25 difference between the pay-per-views, and good chance that this pay-per-view is likely more exciting than Spence versus Garcia. But we know Spence versus Garcia is for something. So we're going to be here for all the Fight Week events for that. It's going to be busy, man. Busy, busy, busy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up out of here because we got a lot of shit going on this week coming up in boxing. So please drop me some likes. I'm actually going to see you tomorrow. I forgot what press conference is coming up. Oh, Lord, I don't forgot. But anyway, I got to get up out of here, man. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. To Street Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.